Mary, what's up? You been unmuting.
So, in my perspective of it, like, should men begin to look at marriage differently? I absolutely agree. Me being a married woman, I feel like, and just my honest opinion, I feel like men look at marriage so much more genuine than women do. I feel like for women, it's more of a society thing. In a certain, in a certain, oh, don't don't do me here. So I feel like with women, it's more so something we're supposed to do versus with men, they put their all into that. Like if they feel like, now majority, not everybody, but real men, they feel like, you know what, this is it. This is who I want to marry. But I also feel like they don't think about that person that they're about to marry. They think about what they're going to do in the marriage, how they're going to treat the marriage themselves, how they're going to move along in the marriage. But they don't think about, okay, like, is this woman really going to do this, or is she really going to be that? Because women, I feel like women put on a facade more to get to that point for them to get married versus men. Like with men, you're gonna see who they are right then and there. That's who they are. This is what's gonna happen. But with women, they have a tendency to be able to be like, okay, they could be cooking and cleaning for you every day because they're trying to get married. And then all of a sudden you get married and all of that doesn't happen anymore. So men go into it more with a genuine heart, like, I want to marry you because this is what I want to do for my life. This is what I feel like makes sense. This is, I want to, like Adrian said, like, I want to do right. Like I want something to make sense in my life. Where
Talk that
women
talk,
are just,
Mary. Talk
huh?
that talk, girl. Talk that talk.
Well, I feel like I said, like with women, we're expected to have to get married. So we kind of get thrown into it, where I feel like with men, it's more of a choice. Where women, it's just like, oh, you got your mom and whoever being like, oh, why you not married yet? Why you don't have kids yet? Why you not doing this yet? Why you not doing that yet? You know what I'm saying? So we're more forced into it versus men, where they can be more genuine about it in regards to, okay, like I'm ready to marry somebody. I'm ready to be with somebody. So I feel like they need to be more aware in regards to the women that they are marrying, because it's like, okay, is this person gonna do this for you when you down bad? Like, what if you ain't got no money? Is she still gonna do this stuff for you? Like, is she gonna still be cooking and cleaning for you when y'all married? Like, is she still gonna, make sure that you got what you need at the same time? Or like society now, women feel like men should be doing everything. You know what I mean? Outside the house, like, is she gonna keep her job? Is she gonna still work? Like, I feel like men need to start thinking about that as a whole in regards to, like Adrian said, like, think about who you're with. Circumstances change with who you're with. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from my own experience. Like, me and my husband, we both came from, when we met each other, we both came from being engaged. I was engaged for 5 years. He was engaged for 3. Like the girl he was with before, that
Ah, damn.
but out of my choice, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew I wasn't shit. So I wasn't going,
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna tie the knot on that because I knew I wasn't shit. So I'm like, let me
Bruh.
stay engaged because it ain't too much.
That's
But
crazy.
with my husband's ex-fiance, like she wasn't cooking or nothing. So when he got with me and I was cooking and cleaning and doing everything, folding clothes, making sure I got up every morning, packed his lunch at 5 o'clock in the morning for him to go to work. That shit was new. Now, when we got married, he really was like, oh shit, and I get a note with my lunchbox. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was all new, but it kept going. So we got married and
All
nothing.
right, all right. God damn, that's a long-winded answer. All right, so you
But it's
saying yeah?
cool. Why you ain't get that to Adrian?
Cause
I
it wasn't that long. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you.
and I ain't
that
talked
long.
for like 40 minutes.
I did not talk for like 40 minutes.
42, but look, it's
Y'all
fine.
so y'all so
Um,
extra.
let me please get somebody else in. Good gracious. Alex eyes done closed, all types of shit. Let me get Hey, we love you. Hey, Shaun, what you think?
Uh, what was the point? The question again?
Oh, Mary made you forget.
Don't do
Hey,
me. It was not that long. Y'all
hey,
so
hey,
extra.
Mary, look, Shaun a long-winded motherfucker too now. So
I can be, but should men look at marriage differently now? I feel like the consequences that what y'all been talking about for divorce have always been the same. These aren't new. These aren't new consequences to getting a divorce. I mean, like Adrian said, it's a risk when you get married. I'm divorced. It's a risk when you get married. It's you pushing your chips to the middle of the table and hoping you don't lose everything. You know, that's just an already that's an assumption that you go in with. I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, you are assuming that if you do something as a man that she don't like or appreciate, she could file them papers and then you short. I don't look at going into marriage differently. For me, I wouldn't look at it any different because I've always considered those things. So I don't know if that's blanket across the board, like a generalization that men should look at it differently. I think that you should just be aware. You can't be as naive to think that it's going to be the love of your life and you're going to be able to make a mistake that you can recover from. I mean, that's the real assumption is, if I make a mistake, is she going to send them papers my way?
Jesus Christ, that doesn't sound like a good contract, though. If I make a mistake, is she gonna send them papers my way? Would you tell somebody in a vacuum to sign up for that?
Yeah,
but people aren't flawless.
That's correct. But this is the foundation of family. I mean, I'm not going to tell someone not to move forward and trying to make a family with somebody.
What if he doesn't want kids?
If he don't want kids, he shouldn't want to be married. There'd be no point of it. There'd be no point in getting married and you don't want kids. Okay. No, because there's somebody out there that's going to entertain you for you without having to put a ring on her finger.
So you think it's a foundation of family, which is why marriage is so important.
To men, yeah. Absolutely. So I don't think that's changed. Like I said, being naive and not understanding the consequences of a failed marriage or a divorce, that's reckless. So if that's something that's new, then maybe, it should be considered and men should look at it differently. I don't know what the guy was talking about on the clip about leverage. I don't know what a man's leverage will be coming into a marriage. If that's something new I'm not aware of, I'd like to be informed about it. But as far as like reconsidering what to think about marriage, no, it's always the same.
He was saying in terms of leverage, men are getting married at a point where they don't have shit. So they don't have leverage, right? So if you have all your own and you 40 when men are hitting their financial peak, when you go into that relationship, that woman is looking at that relationship differently because you have leverage in terms of the money, already a foundation, right? And a plan that she's walking into that she's going to be a part of, as opposed to building it together where she kind of have like a 50-50.
So is it better for a man to not have nothing to get married than to be established and get married?
Say it be established because all right, because like Adrian said, he's still building. But if you built it, you say, okay, I need a prenup here, this is here, so on and so forth. Like you fit her in as opposed to you trying to figure it out. Yeah. That in terms of just telling you what his leverage was.
Okay.